Beneath the blazing sun of the African savanna, waves of golden grass ripple like an endless ocean, each stalk bending to the whisper of a dry wind. The air shimmers with heat, carrying the scent of dust and distant rain. Shadows lengthen across the land as dusk draws near, and in the stillness, a shape emerges from the grass. Muscles ripple beneath tawny fur, paws tread silently upon cracked earth, and amber eyes burn like molten gold in the fading light. This is not just a predator. It is a symbol of raw power, survival, and majesty. This is the lion. Known scientifically as Panthera leo, the lion is one of the most iconic big cats in the world, often called the king of beasts or the king of the jungle, though it rarely lives in jungles at all. Revered for centuries in human cultures, lions have appeared in myths, heraldry, and stories across civilizations as emblems of courage and strength. Yet beyond the legends, the real lion is an apex predator, a finely tuned hunter, and a social cat unlike any other, thriving in some of the harshest landscapes on Earth. Today, lions are found primarily in sub-Saharan Africa, where vast grasslands, woodlands, and scrublands form their home. A small, isolated population still survives in the Gir forest of India, a living reminder of the species' once expansive range that stretched across Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Each region offers unique challenges. The open plains of the Serengeti provide ample prey but little cover, while the thorny acacia scrub of Botswana requires stealth and patience for successful hunts. In India, the dense teak forests and dry scrublands shape a different rhythm of life for the Asiatic lion, smaller, with shorter manes, yet no less regal. Life for a lion is dictated by the turning of the seasons. In the wet season, life blooms, rivers swell, grasses grow tall, and prey animals gather in abundance. The savanna becomes a place of plenty, where prides can hunt regularly, feeding cubs and maintaining strength. But when the dry season arrives, the land transforms into a harsher, more forgiving place. Waterholes shrink into muddy basins. Herds migrate in search of greener pastures, leaving lions to cover greater distances for food. Tensions rise within prides. Rival predators grow bolder, and survival becomes a test of endurance. The habitat itself can be as dangerous as any rival lion or hyena. Heat exhaustion, drought, and scarcity of prey can turn the hunter into the hunted, not by fangs, but by hunger and thirst. It is in these times of trial that the lion's strength, cooperation, and cunning are pushed to their limits. But to truly understand how lions have thrived for millennia, we must first explore the landscapes that sustain them, the dynamic, dangerous, and beautiful ecosystems they call home.
The lion's kingdom is a world of extremes, where blazing days meet freezing nights, and life clings to the promise of the next rainfall. The African savanna, perhaps the most iconic lion habitat, stretches endlessly beneath an open sky. Vast grasslands, dotted with lone acacia trees, roll across the horizon like a golden sea. Seasonal rivers carve through the earth, sometimes surging with life, other times vanishing into cracked channels of dust. But the savanna is not the only home of the lion. Some prides live in semi-desert regions like Namibia's Etosha, where pale dunes meet ghostly salt pans and the wind sculpts sand into restless waves. Others roam the open woodlands of Zambia or the thorny scrublands of Kenya, where cover is sparse and every hunt demands precision. In India's Gir forest, Asiatic lions move among teak and sal trees, their amber eyes cutting through the dappled shadows. No matter the region, lions are deeply tied to their landscape. They drink from water holes during cool mornings, rest in the shade of shrubs through scorching afternoons, and prowl across moonlit plains when the air cools. Every ridge, river, and hollow tells a story of survival, of prey migrations, rivalries, and the silent stalk of predators. The habitats lions occupy are among the richest ecosystems on Earth, each one teeming with life. On the Serengeti Plains, wildebeest and zebras march in vast herds, grazing across fresh shoots of grass brought by seasonal rains. Antelope, gazelles, and warthogs share the open plains, always wary of the shadows that lurk beyond the swaying grass. Elephants lumber toward waterholes, reshaping the land with every step, while giraffes browse lazily from the tops of acacia trees. Predators abound as well. Leopards crouch in branches, hyenas laugh in the night, and cheetahs sprint after fleeing gazelles. For lions, this diversity means opportunity and competition in equal measure. Prey species provide sustenance, but rival predators test boundaries. A kill left unguarded may quickly be stolen by a bold pack of hyenas, and lions themselves must avoid surprise confrontations with massive elephants or rhinos. Each species has its role, and together they weave the living fabric of the ecosystem. As apex predators, lions are not just hunters, they are sculptors of the land's balance. By preying primarily on herbivores such as wildebeest, buffalo, and antelope, they help control population sizes, preventing overgrazing that would strip the savanna bare. The weak and the sick are often the first to fall to a lion's ambush, ensuring that prey populations remain strong and resilient. Even their leftovers sustain life. A lion's abandoned kill provides a feast for scavengers like hyenas, jackals, and vultures, which in turn clean the land of carrion that might otherwise spread disease. This balance, delicate yet enduring, has shaped African and Indian landscapes for millennia. Remove the lion, and the system begins to falter. Prey numbers soar, vegetation dwindles, and other predators struggle to find their place in the shifting hierarchy. The lion, silent yet powerful, is a keystone of the wilderness. But survival here is never simple. The land itself can be as much a predator as any living creature, testing every instinct, every adaptation, every heartbeat of the lion's life.
The lion is a marvel of evolution, built for strength, speed, and precision. Its body, compact yet muscular, is designed for explosive bursts of power rather than long pursuits. Broad shoulders, powerful forelimbs, and retractable claws allow it to deliver devastating strikes during a hunt. The forelimbs alone can bring down prey several times a lion's size, from zebras to buffalo. Its jaws are equally formidable. With a bite force of over 650 pounds per square inch, lions can crush windpipes or break through tough hides. Sharp, curved canine teeth puncture and hold, while carnassial teeth shear meat like scissors, ensuring every meal is consumed efficiently. The lion's senses are finely tuned to its predatory lifestyle. Its vision excels in low light, making dusk and dawn ideal hunting times. Acute hearing detects distant prey calls or the stealthy approach of rivals. Even its whiskers play a role, helping sense movement in the dark or gauge the distance of obstacles while stalking. Perhaps the most iconic feature of the male lion is its mane, a thick collar of fur that varies in color from blonde to jet black. Beyond its striking appearance, the mane offers protection during fights with rival males and signals strength to potential mates. Darker, fuller manes often indicate higher testosterone levels and better health, making the bearer more desirable and intimidating. Despite their reputation as fierce hunters, lions spend much of their lives resting. Up to 20 hours a day may be dedicated to lying in the shade, conserving energy for when it matters most, the hunt. The heat of the day is a time for sleep and grooming, with members of a pride often lying close together, reinforcing bonds through gentle licking and nuzzling. Hunting is usually a group effort, led by lionesses, whose sleek, muscular frames are built for stealth.
Stalking through the grass, they work in coordinated formations, circling prey, cutting off escape routes, and striking with deadly precision. A successful hunt feeds not only the hunters, but also cubs and males, with a strict feeding order ensuring the strongest and most dominant eat first. Yet lions are not only hunters. Scavenging plays a significant role in their survival, and they will not hesitate to steal from cheetahs or hyenas when the opportunity arises. Their sheer strength often allows them to drive off other predators, asserting their dominance as apex carnivores. Unlike most big cats, which lead solitary lives, lions are profoundly social animals, living in family groups known as prides. A pride typically consists of related lionesses, their cubs, and a coalition of one to several males. The lionesses are the pride's backbone, raising cubs, defending territory, and coordinating hunts. They are often sisters, mothers, and daughters, a tight-knit lineage passed down through generations. Males, on the other hand, hold their position through power and persistence. Young males eventually leave their birth pride to roam as nomads, sometimes for years, until they are strong enough to challenge resident males for control of a pride. Such battles can be brutal, determining not only leadership but also genetic legacy, as incoming males often kill the cubs of their predecessors to bring females back into estrus. Communication within the pride is equally complex. Roaring, perhaps the most iconic sound of the wild, serves multiple purposes: to mark territory, to locate pride members, or to warn off rivals. A lion's roar can travel up to 5 miles across open terrain, a deep, reverberating signal of dominance and presence. Yet the most fascinating part of this creature's life is not in the way it looks, but in the way it moves through the rhythm of the seasons, adapting, enduring, and thriving in a world of constant change.
Life on the savanna is defined by two opposing forces: abundance and scarcity. The wet season transforms the land into a paradise of green. Grass grows thick and high, rivers swell with fresh water, and prey animals arrive in great numbers to graze on the renewed plains. For lions, this means shorter hunts, plentiful meals, and enough food to nourish growing cubs. But when the dry season arrives, the balance shifts dramatically. Grasslands wither into brittle straw, waterholes shrink to muddy puddles, and prey herds migrate in search of distant pastures. Lions are forced to travel further, hunt harder, and conserve energy during the scorching heat. Nights become times of opportunity, with moonlit stalks often lasting hours before a single successful kill. In harsher regions, such as Namibia's desert margins, conditions can be even more extreme. Lions here have adapted to go days without drinking, surviving off the moisture found in their prey's flesh. The seasonal shifts are not merely environmental, they are life and death tests of endurance. Though lions are apex predators, they do not reign unchallenged. Rival carnivores like hyenas and leopards compete fiercely for food, sometimes attempting to steal kills or ambush unattended cubs. Hyenas, often underestimated, are powerful enough in numbers to drive lions from a carcass, though such confrontations are costly and brutal for both sides. The greatest danger, however, often comes from within the species itself. Males seeking dominance challenge pride leaders in violent battles, sometimes fatal. New males, upon taking over a pride, will kill existing cubs to assert control and ensure their own offspring will inherit the pride's territory. Environmental threats add to these dangers. Drought, disease, and injuries sustained during hunts can leave even the strongest lion vulnerable. A misjudged chase of a buffalo can result in goring by lethal horns. A zebra's kick can break bones. Survival demands not only strength, but caution and cooperation. To endure these hardships, lions have developed remarkable strategies. Cooperation remains their most potent weapon. Lionesses hunt in coordinated groups, using teamwork to corner swift prey or outmaneuver larger animals like buffalo. Some prides specialize in nocturnal hunts, taking advantage of the cover of darkness to surprise even the most vigilant herds. In times of scarcity, scavenging becomes a crucial survival tactic. Lions have been observed driving off entire hyena clans or lurking near river crossings where weakened or injured prey are more vulnerable. Opportunism is a hallmark of their success, proving that raw power alone does not guarantee survival. Another notable adaptation is cub rearing. Lionesses often synchronize births and nurse each other's cubs, ensuring greater survival rates even when mothers are injured or killed. This shared care reflects a deep social bond, one of the reasons prides endure while other big cats live in solitude. But no challenge is greater than the one brought by humankind, a force that has reshaped the lion's world faster and more drastically than nature ever could.
For thousands of years, the lion has been both feared and revered by humans. Ancient civilizations carved their images into stone, painted them onto walls, and placed them upon coats of arms as symbols of courage, royalty, and divine power. From Mesopotamia to Egypt, India to Europe, the lion was celebrated as the ultimate emblem of strength and majesty. Yet history tells a darker story as well. As human populations grew and spread, lions were hunted, not only as threats to livestock, but also as trophies. In Roman arenas, they were forced to fight for entertainment. In the colonial era, big game hunters sought them as proof of conquest, often with little regard for the survival of the species. The lion, once roaming across Africa, the Middle East, and Asia, saw its range shrink dramatically over centuries of human expansion. Today, lions face a far greater danger: the relentless spread of human influence. Habitat loss has become their most pressing challenge, as grasslands and forests are converted into farmland, roads, and settlements. Each lost acre means fewer prey animals, smaller territories, and greater conflict between lions and humans. Poaching compounds the problem. While trophy hunting remains controversial, illegal killing for skins, teeth, and bones persists in some regions, driven by demand in black markets. Even retaliatory killings by local communities, when lions prey on livestock, contribute to population decline. Climate change adds yet another layer of threat. Droughts become longer, prey numbers dwindle, and water sources vanish more frequently, placing additional strain on prides already struggling to survive. Once numbering in the hundreds of thousands, wild lions now number fewer than 20,000 in Africa, with only about 600 Asiatic lions surviving in India's Gir forest. Despite these grim realities, hope persists. Across Africa and India, conservation programs are working tirelessly to secure the lion's future. Protected reserves such as Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, Kruger in South Africa, and Gir Forest in India serve as strongholds, offering lions the space and resources they need to thrive. Organizations like the Lion Recovery Fund and Panthera collaborate with governments and local communities to restore lion populations, reconnect fragmented habitats, and reduce human-wildlife conflict. Anti-poaching units patrol reserves, while educational programs encourage coexistence, teaching that living lions are worth far more, ecologically and economically, than dead ones. Community-based conservation is perhaps the most promising approach. By involving local people in ecotourism and wildlife protection, these projects provide sustainable income while fostering pride in protecting the very creatures once seen as threats. The survival of the lion now rests not only in the Savanna's grasslands or the shadows of the Gir forest, but in human hands. We hold the power to decide whether future generations will know the lion as a living, breathing presence, or as a memory preserved only in books and statues. In the end, the fate of this creature will depend not on its strength, but on ours. From the sunlit savannas of Africa to the shadowed forests of India, the lion's journey is one of resilience. It is a creature born of heat and hunger, sculpted by seasons of abundance and scarcity, shaped by battles against rivals, drought, and time itself. For millions of years, it has stalked grasslands, ruled over prides, and kept ecosystems in balance as nature's enduring monarch. Yet beneath its fierce exterior lies a fragile truth. The lion's survival has always been tied to the land and the rhythms of life that sustain it. And now, more than ever, its future is bound to the choices we make. Picture for a moment the twilight of the savanna. A lion stands upon a low rise, mane catching the final glow of the setting sun. The breeze carries scents of grass and distant rain, whispers of an ancient wilderness that has endured longer than human memory. Below, cubs tumble and play in the dust, unaware of the dangers that tomorrow may bring, only that they belong to something greater, something wild and free. This image is not merely a glimpse of nature, it is a reminder of what we stand to lose. A world without lions is a world diminished, its heartbeat quieter, its wilderness less alive. The wild does not ask for our help, yet without it, the wild will fade, and with it, a part of ourselves.